Alright, this is Jeff at P Sports here. We are going to put the battery in this red Brozz we just assembled. This should be the same for all the Brozzes from 2014 to present. This one right here is an 18, a late 18, Blue Eagle style. So what you're going to do, 5mm, it's a 5mm Allen right here at the bottom. Then there's a pull tab that you pull down. It's a rubber grommet, and you pull it down from right here, and there's a little tab right in here that you have to make sure. So if you just yank this down, this comes out like this. Yank it down. As you see, there's a this tab sticks up into right here, this rubber grommet in the hole, and then this tab fits right in there. Otherwise that comes out. Now you've got two 8mm screws, one here and one back here. It might be easier if you unplug these and move the wires out of the way. Don't need to undo this, but you need 8 and 8. So there are 3 bolts involved, as you see here, to get this out. And now is the difficult part, actually, because this sits in here really nicely, so it's kind of hard to get out. Actually, it comes up and you got to angle it back and kind of pull it back. So I'm going to unplug these. Probably will need some kind of screwdriver or something to push this pin out. This pin is a little bit, it's a simple connector, but you can't push it out with your finger. There we go. Alright, that's just to make some room. Now I got plenty of space. Kind of wiggle it down and forward, comes out. This is your battery tray for the Brozz. This is your battery fluid. If we look at our little battery maintenance schedule here, you need to remove all these fill plugs. But and also, before you do that, you need to remove this plug right here. This is like an exhaust tube for the fluid. So you need to connect your tube to this, and this is just going to run, angle it, down here. This is just in case the battery blows up on the inside while you're riding it. Highly unlikely, but safety first. And then you're going to take these off and dump your fluid in. It needs to be above 68 degrees in this room where the battery sits, and it needs to be on a charger for 5 hours to get maximum charge life out of the battery before you actually install it in your bike. So there is a upper and lower level to fill the fluid to. Over time, this might get low and you'll fill it up with water. Just to the mark. This is per, and do that according to the instructions right here that come with your battery. This is going to be your exhaust tube. So we're going to, roughly put that on. And you can cut this to length once you get it on the bike to however you want to route it. So we're going to take off all these tabs, just twist them and pull. I'm just using a skinny, I don't know what this is called, vice grip, I guess. I think this is just a vice grip. skinny vice grip. Turn it, pull them out, save these tabs because you got to put them back in once you put your fluid in. Alright. So there's nothing in there right now. You need to see this upper level. You need to fill it to the upper level. So now, as you can see, there's only one tube. That's the purpose of this red one. You're going to cut it, put this over it, and use this tube to pour in there. That's how it's going to work. So we got to get a nice, obviously this stuff probably ain't the greatest to get on your clothes. Like I just got it on my jeans. That's probably not the best for the jeans, but oh well. Alright, so we're going to put the red tube on. We're now going to fill the battery. There you go. And as you see, we filled up to the full line, and you got to do that for every hole and work your way all the way down. This is now filled with fluid up to the top line. We're pretty darn close to everything in there. You're now going to let this sit for 30 minutes just to let it air out and settle. I think the directions doesn't say a specific amount of time. It just says allow battery to stand for some time after filling before placing on charge. If electrolyte level has dropped, add more electrolyte until the highest line is reached. So we're going to let this sit for about half an hour. Not back here. We're going to let it up front because here is probably below 65 degrees right now, probably around 60. And I'm gonna let that sit in the front room for 30 minutes. Alright, now that our battery's charged, I've assembled it back in here. We're gonna stick it back in the bike. Alright, now we got the battery back in place. It's 2 bolts, the short one up top, the long one with the washer on bottom. It is secure. So, or ideally, you would have angled this through. When you put the battery in, you would have stuck this through, or I can squeeze it in. It looks like right through there. Next up, we need to secure our batteries. We're going to get the negative to positive and the positive to negative. Here's the positive right here. And I'm going to get those both on. Okay, as you can see, I just got these batteries up. So now I need to connect my plugs, connect all the wires, and tuck them back up in there as best I can before putting the cover back on. Check it out, everything's plugged in, keys in. Oh, would you look at that? We are good to go.